Welcome to another edition of the UNCP Black and Gold Report. I'm Dave Nguyen.
I'm John Gross.
John, there's a lot going on in UNCP athletics.
Yes, there absolutely is. We have highlights from football and volleyball, a couple of stories going in-depth in both programs as well. Should be a really good episode, and like you said, a ton going on in the world of UNCP athletics.
All right, we'll find out more back after this. Congratulations to UNCP goalkeeper Gina Ryan with her 29th career shutout. That is a Peach Belt Conference record, as the Braves were able to defeat Shaw by a score of 1-0 in double overtime earlier in the week. The goal came in the 108th minute by Christina Stevenson on a header from a Paula Valbuena corner kick. Here's Ryan on making history.
I think I was just overwhelmed with everything. It didn't hit me until that final whistle, and I think it was just all the hard work that I've put in and that our teams have put in over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now. It's just all paying off, and it's going to add and make set records everywhere, hopefully, and just continue to make a good year for this team.
The UNC Pembroke Braves football team opened up their 2019 season last Saturday night against the Winston-Salem State Rams at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. And the trend of close games between the two squads continued into this year's matchup. Let's take a look at how it all went down. UNC Pembroke opened the 2019 season against a familiar foe, in-state rival Winston-Salem State. And if you like close games, well, this is the rivalry for you. The previous 3 meetings between the two teams were each decided by just 3 points, and the trend of close games continued into this year's matchup. The scoring started early for UNCP as freshman kicker Hunter Braswell nails a 28-yarder to give the Braves a 3-0 lead after their first drive, but reigning CIAA Offensive Freshman of the Year, Dominique Graves, would respond later in the quarter, finding Quincy Jackson for this ridiculous touchdown catch, 7-3 Winston-Salem State. In the second quarter, senior Josh Sheridan hits a hole and crosses the goal line. 2 drives for UNCP, 2 scores, 10-7 Braves. On the final drive of the first half, however, the Rams are able to retake the lead. Graves hooks up with quarterman Sloan to put his side up 14-10, heading into the locker room. Neither side took many shots on offense in the first half, but the Rams quickly changed that in the second. Early in the third quarter, Graves shows off the arm strength and hits Chandler Belk in stride for a 78-yard touchdown, the longest play of the game. Braves now trail it by 11 in the third quarter, but then the tide would turn in favor of the home team. After a Hunter Braswell field goal, the Braves defense sparked the squad as true freshman safety Sean Hill picks off Dominique Graves in his college debut. A 4-yard touchdown run by McKinley Nelson brought the Braves within 2, but they couldn't convert on the 2-point conversion. The Braves defense once again holds strong, gives the offense one final shot, trailing by 2. UNCP methodically moves downfield, and in the 15th play of the 68-yard drive, Josh Jones connects with Shaman Hicks, who dances across the goal line to give his side the lead. 2-point conversion successful, 27-21 Braves. And the drama didn't end there. Down by just 1 score, the Rams still have life until this.
Fans on their feet. 3rd and 14. Intercepted! Sean Everett. His 9th career interception. And the Braves take over with a 6-point lead in a minute to go.
UNC Pembroke puts up 17 unanswered as their defense holds Winston-Salem State scoreless for the final 26 minutes of the game. 27-21 Braves, the final score. Braves take down the Rams for the first time since 2016 and start the season off with a dramatic victory. After the game, UNCP head coach Shane Richardson expressed his satisfaction with his side's gutsy performance.
Back and forths and some mistakes that we made and a position that we got ourselves in terms of getting down. But I thought our guys really battled. We really showed a lot of heart. I was so pleased and proud of just the way that our guys really hung in and stayed the course and really persevered, and couldn't be more proud of that.
Sophomore quarterback Josh Jones finished the day 21 of 35 with 180 yards through the air and a touchdown. He also led UNCP in the ground with 71 yards. He's made a notable jump since starting his college career last year, which was also against the Rams.
I'd say just in preparation. Last year I was kind of going into it and really not knowing what I was expecting, you know what I'm saying? And this year, I can say as a whole offense, we were all pretty new last year, at least first-year players. And this year we returned all 11 starters, and we were just more mature with our approach, and I think it showed.
And in his UNCP debut, how about linebacker David Salser? He paced the Braves defense with 6 tackles, helping to lead a unit which really stepped up in the second half.
We settled down. With any first game, I think you have a decent amount of jitters across the board. Our D-line, we started picking up on their tendencies, started being able to defeat blocks better. Our DBs, they were just locking the other team down. Respect to the other team as well as our DBs. And our linebackers, they were just making plays when they were scrambling and getting around the edge. And when our D-line, holds down the fort, LB's linebackers, we get to make a lot of plays. And the takeaways we got were really awesome.
And finally, the hero of the night, Sean Everett. He felt that past heartbreak versus the Rams elevated his team in this year's matchup.
As we start the season knowing we're playing Winston, we know how it has gone in the past, and that we don't like that feeling at the end of the game. So we prepared the right way and took the right steps to be in a great position to make plays, to finish games, and seal the deal.
The volleyball team had great success in the opening week of the season. With 4 straight wins, the team's confidence is growing. Here's a recap of the team's hot 4-2 start. After falling in 5 sets to Coker and Grand Valley State, the UNCP volleyball team responded with 4 straight wins to improve to 4-2 on the season. They won in 3 straight sets against UVA-Wise, Fayetteville State, and Elizabeth City State, and also defeated Chowan in 4 sets, earning their 4th win in 2 days. UNCP has a talented front line led by sophomore outside hitter Shannon Scrid.
Scrid, the aerial attack works right there.
The 5'8" Naperville, Illinois native leads the Braves with 50 kills, averaging almost 3 kills per set. Middle blocker Brianna Warren helps set the tone for the Braves, causing opponents trouble at the net. Her 6'1" frame allows her to block the ball efficiently, leading the team with 33. She is also second on the team with 46 kills. Ashley Caesar has 45 kills.
Caesar had been active at the net that time, gets her arm going.
The 3rd most on the team, while Kayla Crowder has 39, and Ellie Hicks is notching in 25 kills so far this season. Caesar stands tall at 5'11" as a middle blocker. Crowder has the hops along with a powerful swing at 5'6", and Hicks towers at 5'10", providing height and depth for the Braves' front line. So far, UNCP appears to be a complete team with veterans in the back row in junior setter Casey O'Quinn and senior libero Anna Hines.
Through the block, one-hand dig O'Quinn. Now Crowder, skying through the air, Braves back within 3.
When speaking to head coach Ellen McGill, she is impressed with her team's 4-2 start.
Honestly, I think we could have played a little cleaner, but always excited to get 2 wins in one day. It's a good day overall.
One of the main keys to the Braves' success is how they are able to get the ball to the middle of the court on the offensive end, a trait that finds McGill very satisfied.
I think we've been doing a good job of finding our middle, which has been a big part of our success, and also just mixing up the offense. We got to make sure we're passing well. That's really key to make sure that our middles are able to be involved, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that. We could always get better, but yeah, passing has a lot to do with how many times we can get that middle going.
With a good mix of veteran upperclassmen and talented underclassmen, the Braves could be very competitive in the Peach Belt Conference this year.
Picks up a service. Free ball. Set to Crowder. 10-2, UNCP.
Last Saturday night was also Military Appreciation Night here at UNC Pembroke. It was an emotional night for everyone as UNCP honored an American hero and supported his brave family. Sometimes sports transcend the playing surface.
So we're about to speak with the football team. This is the 3rd year in a row that we've worked with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, or TAPS. This year we're honoring a special fallen soldier. He was killed in action back in 2011, and his name is Master Sergeant Benjamin Allen Stevenson. So we're about to fill the team in a little bit on it, and who they'll be representing for Military Appreciation Night when they take on Winston-Salem State. Now, most of you know, for all of you seniors, juniors, sophomores, you know that for the past 3 years we've been honoring a fallen soldier. This year we're honoring Master Sergeant Benjamin Allen Stevenson. He was killed in action back in 2011, so this is a Gold Star family that we will be honoring tomorrow evening. This family right here is very special to us. He started his career out in Fort Bragg. The family still lives currently in Fort Bragg, so they'll be driving down for the game and then going home immediately after the game. The captains will be wearing their initials again, with the BS initials on the back of their helmets for the game tomorrow evening. This is the family here. This is from the last year that he saw them. Okay, those 2 boys there now, Isaac and Naaman, are now 18 years old and 15 years old. Isaac, the oldest one, just graduated high school.
On Saturday, UNC Pembroke hosted its annual Military Appreciation Game as the Braves took on Winston-Salem State. And while the rivalry was fierce on the field, there was something greater at hand, an opportunity to play for an American hero and his brave family. That's something that UNCP football head coach Shane Richardson's team did not take for granted.
Well, it's something that we really take a lot of pride in, and we're really thankful and appreciative that really the athletics department and the campus is able to put something together like that, and to the TAPS program where we were able to honor Master Sergeant Stevenson. You know, what a great thrill for our guys. You know, when we really tell the story of that and try to get them involved in knowing how important it is, they really respond to it well, and I think, you know, they embraced it.
UNCP's commitment to the military goes far beyond just a football game. The university has earned recognition for its dedication to the armed forces, a point of pride for University Chancellor Robin Gary Cummings.
We're recognized as best for vets, as well as a military-friendly university by various military organizations across the United States. And so what we do here at UNC Pembroke to work with our military-affiliated students, we actually have an academic and military outreach program that's led by Colonel Michael Clausen. Colonel Clausen is just a wonderful person, full of energy, full of vision, And so it's his job to work with all of our military affiliated students and make sure that they are taken care of.
During the game, Chancellor Cummings had the honor of spending time with Master Sergeant Stevenson's family. For Chancellor Cummings, through the emotional evening, one moment in particular stood out.
So one very special moment in the evening out on the field where, under the direction of Heather, the mother, she told Isaac to let's do and present to the Chancellor what we want to. And so Isaac had this particular button that he was wearing, and he took it off and gave it to me. And it was a very emotional time, and I could tell that this meant a lot to him, to the family, and the mom was especially proud to be able to do that, and I was especially proud to be able to receive it. It was a very special moment.
Coach Richardson also shared a special moment with Isaac and Naaman, a run out that the three of them will never forget.
Sons of Master Sergeant Stevenson, Isaac and Naaman, they both, I think they were thrilled to do it, and it puts things into perspective knowing that their dad sacrificed, and now they're here, and we're trying to just give them a little piece of what we do, and try to show our appreciation by having them run out with the American flag with us and lead our team on the field. And it's really neat to just be able to get to know them and chat with them a little bit and to kind of peek into their world a little bit.
It was a night to remember, a night to honor, and a night to make a family our family.
Every team has a veteran leader to rally the troops when things are going bad and keep their spirits up when things are going well. Those are some of the many qualities that describe senior libero Anna Hines. I sat down with Hines to talk about her passion for the sport of volleyball in the inaugural episode of Meet the Braves. Anna, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, so you are the libero of the volleyball team. What has developed your passion for the sport?
I've loved this sport for a long time now. I started playing it really hard in 8th grade. That's when I started travel ball. And it's just fun, honestly. It's like, I don't know, it's just exciting to get the ball to the setter to give to your hitter, because your hitter will just bang it. I mean, Bree's a prime example on our team, There's nothing more, exciting than getting a pass for your teammate to hit.
Well, I couldn't agree more, because it's all about the team effort, collectively contributing any way you can.
Yes, sir.
Now, you did play softball. Before you settled down on softball and volleyball, what other sports did you play growing up?
I played soccer. I stopped that. That's a lot of running. I played basketball, and that was about it.
Okay. And what made you decide between softball and volleyball? Why were those two your main sports?
Honestly, I played softball because it was my dad's favorite sport.
Okay.
I did not like it personally, but, got to make Dad happy.
Okay.
But volleyball was always my passion. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What is it about volleyball that you love, whether it's there's always a point going on, there's always constant action, because there's some sports where you're going to wait a while for something to go on?
I like volleyball, honestly, because it allows you to be you. You have to be vocal. I'm a very vocal person, very outgoing person, very goofy, energetic person. So volleyball allows me to be me, honestly. And in high school, I was a very shy individual. I wasn't as open as I am now. And volleyball helped me, open up to others and, be able to be more vocal, because I was very, in my shell.
So in other words, you were able to break out of your shell, get into a different kind of comfort zone. And I think there's something about camaraderie amongst teammates in a sport.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love volleyball because you have 6 people on the court, and if one person isn't doing their job, it's not going to work, And you're playing for each other, because, the passer isn't just passing to pass. The passer is passing for the setter, and the setter is setting for the hitter. And then the block is working for the pass, not to have to work so much. It's kind of like an assembly line. If one piece doesn't work, it's not going to flow together to make the final piece.
Impressive. I like that analogy. Now, what is it that allows you to be successful on the court? I heard that you were quoted as a ball hawk. You have a knack for being after the ball, and rightfully so with your position. But do you think that description helps describe you best?
Yeah, I'm just a very dedicated individual. I want to work my hardest. I don't want to take any day for granted because it could be taken away very fast.
And what is it about UNCP that stood out from all the schools that you were recruited by?
So I started playing in high school. I was a freshman libero for varsity, and volleyball team here used to run a black and gold classic. And I came here and I literally drove up like this big stretch. I don't know what the road's called, but this big stretch. And I came in the gym and I looked at my dad. I'm a freshman. I looked at my dad and said, I'm going to play here one day. I really like this gym. That was literally it. And 4 years later, I signed to play here. Like, I just love it. It's a home environment. I'm close enough to home. My dad and my mom are thankful enough to come here every day, like, you know, to see me play. Like, it's amazing. It's like a home away from home. And the people here are amazing.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. When did you know that dream of you playing college volleyball was a reality?
Honestly, probably the first day I got here. Like, you move in and it just kind of like smacks you in the face. Like, you sign your letter of intent and it's like, oh, I'm playing college volleyball. Cool. Now let me go play travel for high school, you know? Because it's in that little in-between area. But when you're a freshman and you get out here and you're like, oh my goodness, these people are amazing. Because, like, when you're in high school, you're good for your high school. But every college athlete was the best at their high school. So now you're playing with the best of the best against other people that were the best of the best. So it's just so much more competitive and like thrilling, and it pushes you. I like to be challenged.
All right. Well, we know you on the court. Let me ask you some questions about you off the court.
Okay.
Are you a movie person?
Somewhat.
Okay. What are some of your favorite movies?
I like Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
Horton Hears a Who.
So a big Dr. Seuss fan.
And The Grinch.
Okay. Now, the cartoon or the movie one with Jim Carrey?
The movie one.
Ooh.
Like, my dad used to hide it when Christmas came around because I made him watch it all the time.
Really? I'll respectfully disagree and say that the cartoon is better than the Jim
The
Carrey
new
one.
one is pretty good.
I haven't seen that one.
That one's good.
Okay, I'll have to take your recommendation on it. Are you a big TV show person?
Yeah, I like TV shows.
Okay, what are some of your favorite TV shows that you like?
The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
Mindhunters, like really big into Criminal Minds and stuff like that. So I enjoyed that. And then like the Next Great British Baking Show.
Wow. Okay. Very nice. So do you like to bake?
Oh God, no, I'm awful. I just like to watch other people make it.
And then it gets you hungry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
What, if you were to watch a sport other than volleyball or softball, what sport would you be watching?
Basketball.
Okay.
I like basketball.
Okay. Do you root for any of the teams in the area, the D1 schools in the area? It's Chapel Hill, State.
Oh, Duke. I love Duke. My grandma was the biggest Duke fan. She wore Duke slippers and unplugged her phone during Duke games.
Wow.
And so, like, one of the best memories I ever had with her is, like, she died of cancer last year.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. But we sat and watched a Duke game, and she was yelling at the TV. So I pull for Duke, basketball.
What are some of your favorite foods to eat?
French fries. I love French fries. Pizza. Any kind of carb. I'll eat it.
Okay.
Bread. I don't care.
What about places to eat?
Here?
Or anywhere?
Oh, goodness. Places to eat. Chipotle.
Okay.
I love some Chipotle. What else? I don't know. I like Chipotle. I'm a pretty simple gal. It doesn't take a lot to please me.
Wow. All right. Bojangles must be a favorite too, right?
Oh, God, yes. Their French fries are so good.
Yes. And cookout?
See, cookout, so I'm from a small town called Salemburg.
Okay.
We have one stoplight. So cookout's like 40 minutes from me, so I don't really eat there. We got a McDonald's, though.
Okay.
And a Hardee's.
All right. Good enough. Ideal vacation spot?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know. Like, am I going for, like, just chilling vacation, or am I going?
A week or two.
I don't know. This isn't going to be a vacation, though. Like, if I could just go to Nebraska and watch their practices, that would be awesome.
So your vacation spot would be University of Nebraska watching their volleyball practice?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness, yes. I would cry.
So no beach, no foreign country that you want to explore? You want a vacation spot is
Nebraska.
University of Nebraska and their volleyball and their volleyball gym in order to watch them practice and play games.
Yes.
And if you could be their water girl, you would.
Oh, hands down. I will fill a water bottle. I will be your towel girl and get a natty ring just handing out towels. I'm okay with it.
I appreciate your personality. All right, lastly, what is the best advice that you have ever received?
The best advice I ever received is don't take anything for granted. Be thankful for what God gives you, because it can be taken away as quick as it's given. And to know where you're from, to always give back to other people.
Well said. Here's a list of future events in UNCP athletics. After a 4-2 start, the volleyball team heads to Florence, South Carolina to play in the FMU Invitational for 3 matches against Converse, Eckerd, and West Alabama University. Cross country goes to Spartanburg, South Carolina to take on USC Upstate in the eye-opener meet. The football team is away at Virginia State, looking to build off their home win against Winston-Salem State last week. The Virginia State Trojans lost their opener on the road to the hands of a Division I school against Norfolk State 44-21. They are led by senior dual-threat quarterback Cordell Cook, who completed 156 of 262 passes with 16 passing touchdowns and 11 on the ground last season. Against Norfolk State, Cook was 16 for 25 with 207 yards and 2 picks in the air while having 2 rushes for 77 yards and a touchdown. The key stat will be the turnover battle, as Virginia State had 6 turnovers against Norfolk State with 4 fumbles and 2 interceptions, while UNCP only had 1 fumble against Winston-Salem State. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Black and Gold Report. I'm Dave Nguyen.
I'm John Gross. We'll see you next week.